Libra, this is a really interesting week. And we got to dive into the astrology a little bit to really, so I can really help you understand. Okay. Libra, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. There's always an extended reading that I really hope that you'll join me for. I'll attach the link to the end of this video so you can click right on it and get right there. It's also in the description box and pinned to the top of the comment section. This is going to be an astrology summary for you guys as well for this week. But the message comes to you when it's supposed to come to you. This is your reading. So I'm going to describe energies to you, and wherever they resonate in your life, apply them. Sometimes your rising sign video or moon sign video will resonate more with you for this week or a different week. So check those videos out too. I do 12 videos a week. Welcome for those of you who are just arriving. My name is Michelle. For those of you who are returning, God bless you. Thank you for your constant support, guys. If you love my content, remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. And if you really love my content, please subscribe to my second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, where I go live every weekday and I do a live chat, tarot card reading, and astrology summary. Why is this complex? Oh yeah, I have my little yellow notepad. Well, Venus and Saturn are conjunct, and Venus is your ruling dignitary, but that's breaking up. It'll get weaker as the week goes on, and really by the end of the week, that will be such a distant conjunction that it's not even really that powerful anymore. But there is a gravitas to that energy that I really loved for you. Now it may just get a little bit irritating as it wears out, taking things a little bit too seriously or things moving a little bit too slowly. But what I really want to discuss with you is especially for, check your natal chart. If your natal sun is about 0 degrees Libra, 6 degrees Libra, or give or take, especially afterwards, so between 6 to 10 degrees Libra, it is now in opposition to Jupiter in Aries. And if your natal sun is around 12 degrees Libra, 3 degrees either side. If it's like 8 degrees or 9 degrees, like I said, it is in opposition to Jupiter and it's in opposition to Chiron. So for those of you who fall between 6 and 12 degrees Libra, you guys are in opposition to Chiron and Jupiter. For those of you on the outer edges, the earlier Libras are in opposition to Jupiter, and the later mid Libras are in opposition to Chiron. Opposition to Chiron is just difficulty even seeing things, kind of like having a blind spot and difficulty knowing that something is bad for you or that something is hurting you that you actually identify with yourself. And it could be that your own personal identity is what is harming you and you're not realizing it. And so there's sort of this conflict going on around you, like, why is there misery where there shouldn't be? Because you're not seeing yourself clearly, or that things are causing you pain, you're keeping them around you. For those of you in opposition to Jupiter, this can be still harmonious, but at the same time, it's like you could be overconfident about things that you really don't have as much of a grip over as you think. So there really is sort of like a blindsidedness with stuff that could either be you overestimating it and giving it too much credit, or you not really understanding it at all, especially when it's causing you pain or degrading you, and you don't get it. So with you guys, definitely this could be happening in your partnerships. Aries is your natural 7th house. If you're a Libra rising, it's your natural 7th house. So this could be just blindside when it comes to what makes you happy and what you really need. The wonderful thing about this week is that it could be bringing that to light. Because overall, even though this doesn't affect you directly, Mercury is trine to Uranus. So you could finally have the mental ability and clarity to see, wow, I need to change my choices. So powerful energy. And that Chiron opposition is going to stay for a while. I mean, it's been around for a while. So for you mid-Libras, especially, this is going to be intense energy that is challenging you to see where you've been harming yourself, especially when it comes to relationships and how maybe you've chosen a partner that isn't really that great for you. Let's get into the cards. So it's not easy stuff, right? The fact that Venus, your ruling dignitary, was conjunct to Capricorn, I think gave you a solid sense of understanding, sort of a mature platform to look at things on, and maybe start to see what you hadn't seen before, or realize where you are harming yourself, where you could do better or make better choices. It gets very difficult with those oppositions because those are challenges that a lot of people have a hard time. But remember, they're not permanent in your natal chart unless they are. But really, they're just those transiting planets that are causing those oppositions in your life. And when that happens, it's to stir up different aspects of your relationship or different relationships that are causing you these issues or these challenges. Let's get into the cards. We start off with you. We start off with Queen of Swords, which is directional, a directional shift, being able to see clearly, open up your mind, and make decisions, and want to, you may even surprise yourself, go in directions this week, or realize that you have to, that you never thought you'd wanted to go in, but it's maybe keeping you from your happiness that you never went in them. And really just starting to see that and see a real change in what you want, what you desire, and what you think is good for you. We have the Hierophant here as well. You could be dealing with a Taurus, or we are talking about your spouse or your money. So something may be coming clear about your finances. Now, clarity about finances or marriage. Let's keep going. Defensiveness. It's been hard for you to see this. You've taken a lot of hits. And I think the reason why you've taken a lot of hits is because you haven't wanted to see it. You haven't wanted to recognize it, and you defended it, almost like self-defense. If I see this, then I have to do something about it, and I have to make a change that I don't want to have to make. Now there's sort of an awareness that's come, and be like, okay, I get it now. I get how reactionary I'm being. Or I see now myself taking the defense, when maybe before I didn't, maybe before I didn't get it, maybe before you didn't understand. But it's true. There is also a sense in general that there could be a decision that is made within your relationship or within your finances that is somebody taking action to defend themselves, right? Realizing that now I've been through enough. Now this time around I have to do something about it. Okay? It sounds like bad news, right? It isn't. We have the fourth card that's come out, and it says, if you do this, this is going to lead to a huge breakthrough for you. Maybe there's something that you have been pondering or thinking about that you really haven't wanted to pull the proverbial trigger on, but you must. Because there is a misery here or a sadness here that doesn't want to be there anymore. It's about done. And so finally listening or realizing, I've fought this too long. I don't want to fight this anymore. It's becoming more and more clear what the decision is that I have to make. Because you have to, and you have to because there is actually happiness. There is actually victory and success and recognition once you do. I think for some of you, you fought really long and hard. And now you're finally making a breakthrough. So this could be, just depending on where the energy is sitting in your life, this could be a huge breakthrough for you on something that you've had your sights on for a while, right? You've seen it, you know what you want, but it was valuable to you, but you've just had to take a lot of hard knocks and keep struggling. The struggle is a breakthrough here. It could be that the breakthrough is you realize that you'll never win. And interestingly enough, since there's a lot of activity between you and Aries, I'm going to say something to you that I always say to Aries, which is sometimes you win the battle by surrendering. Because you realize, even if I win, it's not worth the expense that I had to pay to win it. I don't want to waste my freaking energy anymore. I'm tired of the fight. And if I win this, I'm just on to another fight. And I don't want to. I don't want to. It's actually not that important to me. It's kind of like you have to back up and in a very Aries way say, am I fighting my battle? Or am I fighting somebody else's that I took onto my own chest? And why am I doing that to myself? Is this really as worth it as I decided it was? God knows how long ago. Could have been years ago. Hold your vision. So you don't want to give up. You feel like you're halfway there. Or you're worried or concerned about being half-assed or not keeping promises. Now, this could also be, for those of you who are about to make a good breakthrough, this could also be, don't give up because you have been tempted. This is the thing. You have been, let me just finish the sentence. You have been tempted to give up, but it's saying don't give up. You don't want to give up. You didn't come this far to only come this far. But how do we know which Libra we're talking to? How do we know which Libra we're talking to? How do we know? Okay. How do we know? Okay, so I understand what it is. For clarity. Okay. And now it all comes out. So much to go through. For clarity. If you have tried and tried and tried and not gotten anywhere, if that is your story, like you've really given it your all and just you don't know why you fought all these battles and you don't know why you haven't moved, it's time for you to try something new. That's the clarity, and you'll know who you are. Leave the comments below. I would love to know. But you'll know who you are because you have been doing everything that you can do and it just doesn't work. You guys must try something new because it isn't going to get any better. And I think that that's the breakthrough that you have, and you realize, no, I really want to take this leap of faith somewhere else. This is something like shed the old shit and just jump in and have faith. It's not about having faith to carry on or keep fighting. It's have faith to realize this is a hopeless battle. It's time that I need something new. But that's if you have been, and you'll know this by now, maybe up to the last 7 years, history keeps repeating itself. You're stuck in this freaking loop. That would be your story. It's like, okay, then you need to go in a different direction because it's a sign that maybe there is no prosperity in this direction for you anymore. It's either for you or it's something that's about to end and about to crash for everybody. So you better have something else out there that you can turn to. It's like jump, bail. You've been given the warning. There's an iceberg and this Titanic's about to sink. It's inevitable. So get off while you can, and this would be the time to jump. So that's a clarification. More things came out. It looks to me like you're ready to move on because you're tired of working on something, or it's like the emotions that you used to feel, the passion that you used to have is run dry. Now you want something balanced and decent. This is a decision that's been made, could be made in your favor, but it's what I think it's you. I think it's you finally realizing that I can't do anymore. I don't want. 8 of Cups is more like I don't want to do anymore. I may still have the energy, but I don't have the motivation anymore. I'm done. And you have to trust, Libra, that you're done, because that being done is what you need to put you into balance now. It's not anything else. Like, you want balance, then this is something that you have to stop or end or give up and move on from. And I think that you made that decision maybe a while ago. There could be a relationship here. We could be talking about a relationship, a connection with somebody that you've been with for a long time. This could also be something new. So we could translate that into you're starting to like different things. What used to interest you doesn't. And the reason it doesn't interest you anymore, I don't care if they've been your husband and wife for 25 years. The only reason this would happen is because it hasn't been working for so long, and there's no way you can justify it to yourself anymore. And so this is actually not a failure or a loss. It's a liberation. Hold on. Way in the past, Queen of Cups. So you started off gung-ho, unconditional, or this person did. Like, I just love you, I love you, I love you. I'm so into you. I care so much about you. Loving, tenderness, caring. Libra, in some ways, this could also be a parent figure, a mother figure who walked away maybe too early on in your life. And that skewed the kind of person that you ended up being with. You might have made a choice to be with somebody because of pain and suffering caused by a loss in your past. You ever hear that old adage, like old expression, not an old expression, but have you ever noticed that pattern? How when somebody is going through their first grief, when they first lost somebody that's really important, this would be in your past, they end up dating somebody or going out with somebody or falling for somebody. It's not because of compatibility. It's because you need somebody to lean on at that time. And people just confuse that for that neediness for love. And ultimately, it seems like there was just a sense of now finally waking up and realizing I made a choice to be in this situation, whatever the situation is, whether it's a relationship, partnership, work, whatever it is, I made a choice to be in this situation because I thought that that's all I had, or that was the only option for me, or because I was trying to overcompensate for something. And now it's like, this is why it's not working out, because the soil is gone. There's no fruit. There's no fertility to it anymore. Maybe it was never really there. It was just something that I got into spontaneously, and now it seems to have dried up. Where do we go moving forward? That's really interesting. I know this is never something that you guys want to hear, but there's something strange about this message that makes me feel that you're happy to finally hear it. You're finally happy to be able to say it out. No, some of you are not. That's not true. Because 4 of Cups is here, so somebody's still trying to look the other way and ignore that there's maybe opportunities right in front of you that are better. There is a sense of no upon reflection, and Queen of Pentacles. So maybe you are thinking about an earth sign, or starting to realize that during that conjunction between Venus and Capricorn, you were able to look back on things and reassess their value. This could also be reconciliation, making up for something, or recognizing. If you were with an earth sign, this could mean that, I don't know, you're starting to see that you're not interested anymore, or that they're not interested anymore. And maybe somebody here has just been like dialing it in instead of really dedicated. What do you want Virgo to do about this? I'm sorry. Oh, I just said Virgo, didn't I? I'm not channeling there. I don't know why I said that. Are you dealing with a Virgo? We have Queen of Wands, because you have confidence now, or because there's options. And that's what the Four of Cups can mean too. Now somebody's got options, especially could be some sexy new hot to try, something that like revs them up and makes them excited again when they haven't felt excited in a long time and they don't know what to do about it. This could be a Scorpio card too, but it's like something has come back to ignite their passions, and it's not what they expected it to be, or it's not who or what they would have expected it to be. Let's go to the extended. I will see you guys there. Link is up above and down below.